Hi YouTube. Right, painting a vase of flowers. If you go corner to corner on your page, so you mark the middle, draw a line down, and this vertical line just helps you draw the curves of your vase nicely. You're much more likely to get your curves accurate and symmetrical if you do this method. I'll just then rub out this centre line, and that is all I'm going to do drawing wise for this vase of flowers. This is a really quick vase of flowers. If you want to do like a more of a sort of botanical illustration, check out my other video. I've got a video on painting a Banksia flower. And yeah, that one takes a lot more time. This is just if you want to do like the quickest kind of vase of flowers that you can. So you can see here what I do is I block in all the main shapes of the flowers first. I have all the colours ready mixed on my palette, all ready to go, and I start with like the flowers that are kind of well, yellow for one thing, because yellow gets muddy very easily, and then I also do the flowers that are kind of closest and biggest. Do those, get those out of the way, and then I work my way kind of around and back. So you can see here, just putting in all the main shapes, and don't worry if you leave like little white gaps in between things. It's actually quite a good way of working. It just means, it stops the colours kind of merging in with each other. And then you can come back later and you can put little shadows and things on, and it covers all those little white lines anyway. Some people like to leave the white lines. It gives a sort of like almost like a stencil effect. That can look quite good as well. But I tend to come back in and add shadows over the top. Okay, so once all of the main colours are blocked in, then you can start adding darker colours. So you can see on these pink flowers here, I'm just coming in with a much deeper colour. Same with these are roses in the middle, these orange ones. Just coming in with some reds over the top to help split up some of the shapes of the roses, so you can see the kind of petals curling over. And then I'm coming in with a darker blue on these flowers at the back. And you can see I'm just picking out kind of where shadows and things are going to go. On the white gaps that I left, these are white flowers. I'm just coming in with a bit of Payne's grey, and that just brings out a few shadows in those. And then on these kind of bud parts, I've just added a bit of a darker green, and then just merge it all in, just soften it all in. So when I'm doing that, what I'm doing is just dabbing my brush on the bit of paper towel that you can see there. It takes the excess off the brush, and then I can soften in any paint that I've put on already. Okay, here I'm putting on darker green to bring out some contrast in the leaves. This is obviously quite essential because you don't want your leaves to look too flat. You want to have some dark areas so it gives depth to the picture. Here on these little sort of sunflower things, I'm just going in with some darker brown, just to bring out some of the shapes. Then on the stems, I'm just doing some stripes just to kind of bring these out, and again soften the stripes in, and that will help it look more realistic. Okay, working back into the vase with some more Payne's grey, this really just brings out the glass effect of the vase. Then much stronger pink, this is quinacridone rose, and then some violet I'm going to come in with as well, like especially on the blue flowers, little bits of violet, just makes it look like some of the petals are in shadow. And again, like it's adding more contrast because it's a much stronger colour. So back into the sunflowers, I'm using orange to kind of strengthen the colour of the flowers. And then I'll come in as well with a bit of sepia later. With the roses here, I'm coming in with a much stronger red. I think this is ruby. And then I'm going to add some sepia into this as well. So the sepia you just put like in all the corners and along certain edges, and then you just soften away from that into the reds and oranges. And it's just enough to give it a bit of a contrast kick. And you can see like that really strengthens it up. So then I'm coming back in with more little kind of corners of green and bits of sepia. On the white flowers I've come in with even stronger Payne's grey. So if you're ever looking at something and you think it needs even more contrast, you can use the same colour that you've used already, just use stronger pigment. So yeah, with the sunflowers here I'm coming in with sepia, and just working in some of the petals. I do the same with the leaves, bits of sepia, and I really like the colour sepia because it's brown with a lot of black in it, so it looks really shadowy, so it's really handy for kind of adding extra shadows and things at the last minute. Okay, I'll put up a link for my Banksia flower so you can check that video out if you want to do something a bit more detailed. Check out my other painting videos and hit subscribe to see anything I do in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.